Dealer red flags.
Okay, so explain the context of that.
So a lot of people ask us, and it comes up a lot in the interwebs, like on Facebook, LinkedIn.
Comments. We get emails directly. I'd say I get 1 to 2 a week. I don't know how many you get, but people reach out to you on Instagram too. So interweb, social media. It's a common.
It's asking like, how do I know if a dealer is good or not? Like, I'm talking to this dealer. How do I know? I'm scared to jump, right? That sort of thing.
Yep.
And so we have made a little list. You made a list. I made a list of red flags for dealers. I'm not going to go in the order that I have here because I think...
Are you going to try and hit your big point last?
I don't know which one you would categorize as the big point. Okay, so a couple things, and they kind of go together, is in an interview, I would ask, when was the last time they changed the pay plan? So if I'm interviewing and I'm assuming to be an advisor, but even if I'm a tech, I want to know when they changed the bonuses. When did they change the pay plan? Now, what does it tell you if they change the pay plan a lot?
That they don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah. They're chasing it. They're managing the department through the pay plan, not through systems, and it's not scalable.
Let's say that's a very reactive.
Yeah. Technician to advisor ratio. So a lot of times we see dealerships that have 2 technicians to every advisor. It should be 3 to 1 or 4 to 1. But if you have 2 to 1, the advisor probably doesn't have a chance to really make money. And the technicians are probably going to be overwhelmed.
Yep. So one thing that I would do in that aspect, one, asking how many techs, how many advisors is really, really good. Asking how many they're looking for. But what I would ask a service manager to do if I was sitting in front of him, I would ask for an advisor performance report from the previous month. You can learn so much just by looking at that data.
Yeah.
Because it'll tell you whether the average hours per RO, it'll tell you what the mix is of customer pay work versus warranty work versus internal work. You learn a lot just by asking that question.
Yeah. So let's touch on that really quick because you bring up something that I kind of hadn't thought about. It depends on the brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say General Motors, and you're looking at the advisor performance report, and 50% of their work is warranty. What does that tell you?
That they're not converting it to customer pay. They're just one line.
And that they don't have enough techs.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, if your warranty starts to creep up, it means you don't have capacity. Customers have to come to you for the warranty. If you're booked out 4 weeks, you're going to lose the customer pay to independents because they can go to an independent for customer pay. It's the warranty they have to come to the dealership for. So that warranty to customer pay ratio is an indicator of not having capacity in the shop.
That's a really good point. I like that.
The next one is how many ROs do the advisors write? So I would just say, hey, how many on average, how many ROs are we writing a day? 100. And then you
do the math.
10 advisors, 100, 5 advisors and 100, they're writing 20.
Right.
That's not good. So oftentimes there's commonalities between how many ROs the advisors write and turnover. And that's the next one I have is what's the turnover?
Yep. So the tenure of the employees.
Yeah. So if they're churning through advisors, there's no reason to think that you're going to be the one that sticks.
You also learn a lot if there's 5 advisors and everyone's been there for 2 months except one person. That'll tell you a story or two.
You brought up a good one that was, what would you do to kind of learn about a dealership? You would go sit where?
In the waiting room.
And what would you observe?
So there's a couple of things. One, it's a lot like, to me, it's like going to dinner with somebody and watching how they interact with wait staff. I know that I can go into the waiting room and you'll get to see interactions with the customers. Or if there are barely any interactions with the customers, that's telling you a story too. But there's a weird thing that happens in the waiting room. It's like employees forget that there's people in there, and they literally, it's almost like if you put security cameras up somewhere for the first week, everyone's like, oh crap, there's security cameras. But by week 2, they don't recognize that there could still be an audience. So like the conversations you hear at the cashier window, if you have a cashier window, or salespeople walking through the lounge and what they're saying. And then the way that the customers talk to each other. So I'm looking for all that interaction and just kind of taking that feedback. Are the customers, do they seem happy to be there? Are they really frustrated, or are they not getting any updates? Or, you know, like I said, when they think no one's watching, you'll learn everything that you need to learn. Does a sales manager or service manager have to go out and put out a lot of heat in the waiting room? You learn how people present usually, actually. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff to learn.
Then you learn like how dirty the bathroom is, what kind of coffee they're serving customers. Is the coffee fresh? Just the overall attentiveness. How they treat customers is how they're going to treat employees.
I agree with you.
So the waiting room.
Oh, the cleanliness of the bathroom is really good.
Oh, yeah. That tells you a lot. The cleanliness of the waiting room, too.
How we do anything is how we do everything.
Like sometimes you go into these dealerships and they have like 20 people in chairs watching one TV in a waiting room.
And you know, not everybody wants to watch Fox News.
No. Or, you know, it's not very well laid out.
Bob.
Thanks so much for watching this clip of Service Driving Revolution. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.